Hello, hello. Hey, Web Summit, how we doing? We're in one of the prettiest cities in Canada, I think. Nice to be here with you. So my name is Yana Robinson, and I'm excited to put some poetry on the menu for you guys today. But we're going to be talking about how I use poetry as a secret weapon for change. I have always believed that the job of the artist is 50%. To write like we're on the moon and no one will ever read it. Once we hit publish, we're done. Our 50% is actually our 100% as an artist because the other 50% of art belongs to the audience. And people experience art as they experience themselves. So this is another secret of poetry. We do not actually control how art does. So how do we create movements and global change with poetry? Easy. We forget the audience entirely and we write the truth that is inside of us. And I know that that's very counterintuitive to marketing. So for those of you that are like, yeah, sure, I'm going to give you some social proof. In 2014, I wrote a poem sitting in my car in the ferry terminal in Gibson, Sunshine Coast of BC, a couple of hours away. And I was feeling frustrated at being told what a woman should be. And I wanted to be whatever I wanted to be as a woman. I wanted to put myself on the menu as is and step outside of the societal shoulds that we face in this world. I have one mom that's an airplane mechanic. My other mom is the Alberta softball coach. And I'm like, women can be whatever they want to. I don't know why y'all think we got to be in a box. So I wrote this poem. It's called This Is for the Women Who Don't Give a Fuck. And it was read over 2 million times. And what I experienced is something that I wrote just focusing on the frustration I felt inside of being told what a woman should be, is that it grew legs and it took on this life of its own. It really no longer belonged to me. I made it into a short poetry film, had 500,000 plays, and I just put a social media post up saying, New York City, I need some women who don't give a fuck. And all of these women showed up. And they actually chose their lines based on what they were moving through in their own life. In 2017, I multi-platformed it into the title of my book, which sold 30,000 copies. 1% of books sell 5,000 copies, and that's not the genre of poetry. And again, I was only ever writing my frustration of being told what a woman should be, my own truth inside. But I ended up being the voice of a movement of women who wanted to belong to themselves too. So I feel that a truth is that in connecting to the truth inside of ourselves and writing our story, we actually end up writing the world's story. Poetry is a real action that can be done to transform our own experiences and our own pain and frustration into change, but also a way to take the world's pain and transform it into change. So, did you all know that you were going to write a poem? Just kidding. This is a workshop. Also, I get a couple more minutes because he only went 5 minutes, so that's exciting. So I'm going to give you an invitation in a moment to write a poem. So if you have a pen and a paper or a phone, would love for you to grab it. But before you do, actually, you don't need to do that quite yet. I believe in going first. So if I'm going to ask you to be vulnerable, one of my rules as a facilitator and a coach is that I am vulnerable first. Almost sounds like some integrity. So I'm going to recite you a poem that I wrote because this is from a conversation, this poem. So when I was 21, I went on a journey to find and meet my birth father for the first time. I read my mom's journal. She allowed me to. Followed all these clues, and he lives in a village of 60 people in southern Crete. He has no electricity. He gets his water from the mountains. He grows his food. And it was the hardest thing that I have ever done. It took more courage than public speaking, anything else I've done, to show up and repair and have conversations to create a relationship. So this poem that I'm going to recite for you by memory, because I'm a boss, is from a conversation I had with my dad. And you can keep your eyes open if you would like to, but we've been at a tech conference for a couple of days and you're probably sick of having your eyes open. So I actually want to invite you to close your eyes if you'd like to. Because poetry is really about feeling. And I'd love for you to feel these words and turn off for a moment and have some rest. I feel the question humming in the ear of my brain. It's a big question, a scary question, and one that I have wanted to ask for my whole life. My voice breaks the air with a courage that I am still not sure that I own. Did you ever receive the photograph of me as a baby that my mother sent after I was born? Yes, my father says. I remember reading the letter and holding the photograph, and in this moment, I felt like father. Why didn't you write back? Why didn't you come find me? Why didn't you choose to raise me? My father sits with his large gray and brown beard and thinks. I don't know. Your sister Daphne had just been born, and you were in Canada, in the Yukon. It felt too far to raise another child. The distance was too great. I speak my anger and my hurt, the deficit inside that his absence has left. Even though I am here, I am unsure if I want to start a relationship with him because there is a part of me that doesn't understand why he didn't write back, why he didn't come find me, why he let go of the fragile string that was all that kept us together. I take a moment and look at him and I say, I have carried this hurt and it is very large. It manifests in the men that I choose, the unavailable ones. Ah, he says, this is me in them. Yes, I reply. You have made this about you. This is not yours. This part of you that is hurt belongs to me. Give it to me, Yana. It will be easier to do when you are here than when you are in Canada or California. He reaches his hands out, asking to receive it. When people asked me how many children I have, I always said 4. He had 3 with another woman. I cry. I like that I was counted. Give it to me, Yana. Do you want me to get on my knees on the earth and beg? Because I will. He reaches his palms out, getting on his knees, and says, please forgive me, Yana. Forgive me. And reaches inside of me to take it out. So, if your eyes are closed, slowly you can start to open them. And I'm going to give you an invitation. We only have so much time, so I'm not going to give you a lot of instruction on how to write a poem, but just put some words on paper. The rule with poetry is you can't fuck it up. There's not a lot of rules. And I would like for you to write a poem now. We're going to do an exercise together. You're going to have 2 minutes, so don't be shy. Just go. Don't get in your head about it and overthink it. That's a defense mechanism. I would like for you to write a poem from a moment in your life that brought you to your knees, as if you were on the moon and no one will ever read it. Go. This is your 15-second warning. So I'd like you can come back to this. You can finish doing this exercise later. I'd love for you to just take a minute and close your eyes. And I want you to notice how it feels to be honest and to have expressed what you did. While it may feel that this is your story, you would be surprised that it's probably the same story as somebody sitting beside you. You can open your eyes. So I believe that writing the truth inside of us is a way to not only heal and transform ourselves, but also to transform the world. And it's not that complicated. It's just listening to the truth inside of you and blocking out all of the voices and forgetting the audience. And I'm Yana Robinson. That's it. If you would like to try our Write Like You're on the Moon poetry journal, I'm here with WriteWay, which is a self-help journal app, and that QR code, you can finish your poem inside of there. Thank you so much.